and pour out a little for my who won't live to see tomorrow.
PA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. His first carry, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Herbert. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara, and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Here's Hines. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it with Hines, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jonathan Taylor, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side. And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now it's Hines. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Hines. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The Cowboys at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Throwing is Hurts. Dancing to his left. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A give for Taylor running right side. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Running left, Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 59 yards on the ground for him so far. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the right side, this is Taylor. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Hurts to throw. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Let's go now. Grab your line.
They'll run here with Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. Now it's Herbert. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. This is Hines. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll buy some time right. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Again, Herbert rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Bass is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Walker, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jonathan Taylor, 39 yards. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side, so now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Trying the left side with Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Running right, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send him back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts fumbles it, and the Falcons grab it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Now it's Hines. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Herbert. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point by Bass, up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert, that's complete to Hines out of the backfield. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Hines. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A give for Walker running right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Understanding he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
They run with Hines, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Herbert off of play action. On the move to his left. He's got Pickens complete, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Herbert going to throw. Right side, Thornton with it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get...